What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to this channel. It's the Golden Gate Commuter. Silver crashed yesterday. That's what you want to call it. I think that's what we're gonna call it. I think it's a pullback, a steep pullback. Anyway, it's a Saturday, January 31st, 2026. Welcome back to the channel. We're in the city. I'm not driving today on the Golden Gate Bridge, but I'm giving you guys a different view today. We're in McLaren Park in San Francisco. Look it up real quick if you want to. It's a good place to come and exercise, come walk your dog. It's a nice area. Anyways, back to silver, right? Did you guys buy some silver? Have you been buying silver? Or did you sell? Did you get spooked and you sold? In my opinion, only the soft hands, the softies. We're gonna call them the weenies. They sold. They couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle the pressure. They thought they were gonna lose money, and they did lose money because they sold. It's only real when you sell at the wrong time. You only take a loss if you sell at the wrong time. Anyways, so right now I'm on my way to go visit a coin shop. And based on the prices right now, silver is trading for $85 an ounce. So I'm gonna go pick up a few ounces just because honestly I don't believe this silver how would you call it, this silver squeeze, if you want to call it a squeeze, isn't coming to an end soon. This was just and I want to make something clear, right? So we did see a lot of percentage gains. I think we were up by like 30% in for the first 29 days of January. And then we had a big pullback, big drop, a crash, if you want to call it. I was on Fox News and I heard this boomer saying, "Oh yeah, silver, there's nothing better than bonds, and bonds are still superior to gold and silver, and that's why the silver crashed." Can you guys believe that? And people are blaming it on the I guess since Trump released his new, or he picked his new Fed chairman, people think that has to do something with it. I personally don't think so. From what I hear, don't take my word. This isn't financial advice. I'm an unlicensed, uncertified individual. And yeah. Anyway, so from what I hear, it's that somebody sold a whole bunch of paper contracts. And if you've been following silver for a while, you know that the price of silver, there's a lot more contracts. There's people over leveraged when it comes to silver on the COMEX. Anyways, that's a whole separate story, whatever, right? But from what I hear is that somebody sold a whole bunch of paper, and that's why you saw the big crash. Honestly, who in their right mind, if you were one of these big institutions, or let's say you were JP Morgan, are you gonna sell the amount? Are you gonna sell that much physical silver, or are you gonna sell the paper contracts? That's the point I'm trying to make. These people are selling paper. That still doesn't change the fact that we've been on a 5-year deficit. That still doesn't explain that there's still a 5-year shortage, and that still doesn't change the fact that in March the delivery contracts, from what I understand, is people might be, or institutions or some individual might want delivery of their silver, and the COMEX doesn't have it. China's been stockpiling. India's been stockpiling gold and silver. Everyone's buying. JP Morgan's still buying. I think JP Morgan's the main one who's been had a head start compared to the big central banks and just the other nations. And you think because of this drop in price, JP Morgan is going to stop buying precious metals, or at least gold and silver? No way. They know that the end of the monetary system as we know it is coming to an end, or it's changing. Maybe not necessarily a fully coming to a full end, but we're transitioning. We're in transition as we speak. You have the BRICS system, already. I think they have a prototype. They're trading certain goods within that system, and based on what the BRICS, from what I hear, is that it's backed up by gold and silver and other commodities. Remember, this is the before I move on, this is the Excelsior District in San Francisco. This is a heavily I would say Asian, Hispanic, and maybe black. Yeah, but you see a lot of Hispanics out here. It's a community where you see a lot of Hispanics and blacks and Asians. Anyway, so I want you guys to remember this. That silver, right now you hear on the headlines, oh, it's an industrial metal. The industries they rely on it. They use it for AI. All the hype noise, right? Don't get me wrong, it's true. But silver is a dual. It has two purposes: that, an industrial purpose, and it's also money. Us as Westerners, or if you live in the West, you don't necessarily have to be a Westerner, but if you live in the West, or you live in a Western country, we have forgotten the true purpose and the true value of gold and silver. And the fact, and right now, as I'm recording this video, the Chinese and the Indians know that. And I know this because I know this Chinese dude, right? This Chinaman. And I just know him by you know how you just encounter someone and you just see them every day, or just you frequently see them and then you just talk to them, and we're not friends, we don't, none of that, but we're cordial to each other. And this Chinaman told me a few years ago, he goes, hey, my friend, he goes, my friend, he's like, I don't understand, many Americans, they I don't know why they don't buy gold and silver. It's very cheap. That's what he was telling me years ago. And what he does, he comes, he buys it. I think that was his business, where he comes out here, buys a whole bunch of silver, and I don't know if he's paying. I haven't ran into him in a while to ask him if he's still buying gold and silver, but I'm pretty sure he is. And he goes back to China and he sells it out there. It's not just him. I'm pretty sure he works with a group of people, just because, Anyways, my point is that they look at us like fools. they really think we're idiots, and to some certain extent we are, because they hold on. They look at us like fools. They this Chinaman once told me, he's like American so stupid. You know, they wanna buy car, they wanna buy you know, he was referring to how we just overspend, and everything we do buy is, we spend our money on, is disposable crap, disposable bullshit, throwaway crap, shit that's made in China. Imagine that. The Chinese, they make everything in China, right? They actually produce. They send us our garbage, and we send them our money, which is gold and silver. And not just that, they come out here and they buy everything up and they go back home. And they look at us like fools. They look at us like idiots. And I know this because they and I'll be honest with you guys, they're open to the fact, at least this Chinese dude and a few Indians that I've met, right? They're open to the fact of, I don't know why they tell me this, right? But they've told me this, where it's like, you guys are fucking foolish. Excuse my language. For not, and they were telling me this when silver was below $30. They've told me this before, when silver was below $30, and the fact that most of us, you know, most of us out here are still asleep when it comes to precious metals, or just diversifying your investments and including precious metals. It's always been, since recorded history, the number of gold and silver has been the number one stores of value. And for the last 50 to 70 years, 50 years, we have forgotten. And honestly, we have nobody to blame but ourselves. Anyways, I'm gonna go buy some silver today, or maybe tomorrow, but before Sunday, before the market opens. Don't start panicking because the market's sold. Don't be a fool and sell your silver to the Chinese or to the Indians. They don't like us anyway, so you might as well hold the metal anyway. But stop, and one more thing too. Stop being so attached to fiat currency, emotionally attached. That's a lot of the problems that I see today, nowadays, where people are emotionally attached to fiat currency. It's foolish to be attached. Money comes and goes. And remember, the only resource that we have, and we can't get no more of, is time. And if you're wasting your time on fiat currency and how stressing about it, and especially if you know what fiat currency is. I understand if some people don't understand what fiat currency is. I get it. They're stressing about money. I stopped stressing about money, even though we're in this is a Cortland, Bruno Heights area. But anyways, yeah, don't be worried about I personally don't stress. Is there more? And the crazy thing about fiat currency, right, where you're put in a position, right? I've dealt with a lot of rich people, and I've also dealt with regular individuals. And when you see somebody that's rich, like a lot of these homes out here, like for instance, this is rich people homes. Rich people live out here. And sometimes not even these people know what fiat currency is. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I gotta go handle some things. I gotta go buy some silver. I got a busy day right ahead of me. And don't be fooled by the markets. Don't be fooled by those digital numbers on the screen. They're just digital numbers. And if you're holding physical silver, you are already up more than 90% of the population in this country. 99, I would assume. And I'll leave it at that. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button down below. Drop a comment, a question, video suggestion. You have any questions about the city? You have any questions about certain places you guys want me to drive through? Let me know. Or other video topics. I'm really good with fitness, dieting, and cars, how to buy a car. Maybe I'll do that. I'll do one of those videos. How to either properly diet to stay fit, or how to buy a used car. Because I personally believe in driving a used beater with a heater. I don't believe in car payments, car notes. And yeah, let me know what you guys want to hear. That's it for today. Peace.